Hello and welcome to the channel. Former Minister of Petroleum Resources Alison Madueke Diezani has told an Abuja-based court that she had not been on the run because of trumped-up charges of fraud allegations, but because of the most aggressive form of breast cancer, which has resulted in her seeking succor in the United Kingdom. Interesting. So why is this coming out now? Anyways, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. My ordeal with aggressive breast cancer, Diezani. A former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Diezani Alison Madueke, has prayed the Federal High Court in Abuja to set aside the bench warrant issued against her on July 24, 2020. She accused the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission of concealing facts to obtain the bench warrant, contending that she was not on the run but traveled to the United Kingdom in 2015 to get treatment after being diagnosed with the most aggressive form of breast cancer, triple-negative cancer. Alison Madueke, in a motion on notice brought by her counsel, Mike Ozekome, son, urged Justice Mobolaji Olajuwon to extend the time within which she could seek to apply for the order discharging the bench warrant. The news agency of Nigeria reports that Alison Madueke served as minister between 2010 and 2015 in former President Goodluck Jonathan's government. The ex-minister urged the court to strike out her name as a defendant in charge number FHC ABJ CR 208-2018 between the Federal Republic of Nigeria v. Diezani Alison Madueke, pending before this honorable court. The motion, which urged FRN as complainant and respondent, urged Alison Madueke as sole defendant and applicant. None reports that the federal government, through the EFCC, had in an ex parte motion sought a bench warrant against Alison Madueke. Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu, who granted the order on July 24, 2020, after the anti-corruption lawyer moved the motion, directed that Alison Madueke should be arrested by local or international police anywhere she was cited, within or outside the country. The development followed the inability of the EFCC to extradite her back to the country from the United Kingdom, where she resides, to stand trial for the money laundering charges pressed against her by the EFCC. The case was, however, reassigned to Justice Olajuwon following the transfer of Ojukwu to the Calabar Division of the court in 2021. The ex-minister, in the 5 grounds attached to the motion, said the bench warrant was issued without jurisdiction and sought that it be set aside ex debito justitiae. She argued that it was issued in breach of her right to fair hearing. She further argued that she had neither been served with the charge sheet nor the proof of evidence in charge numbered FHC ABJ CR 208-2018. The ex parte application for an order of bench warrant against the defendant and applicant was obtained upon gross misstatements, misrepresentations, non-disclosure, concealment, and suppression of material facts, and this honorable court has the power to set aside same ex debito justitiae, as a void order is as good as if it was never made at all, she said. In the affidavit, she personally deposed to Alison Madueke averred that she had resided in the UK since May 2022-2015, when she voluntarily traveled for medical treatment. She said that towards the end of the Jonathan's administration, she was diagnosed with the most aggressive form of breast cancer, triple-negative cancer. I hurriedly flew into England on May 22, 2015, in order to undertake a critical course of treatment, which consisted of 2 operations, 8 months of intensive chemotherapy, and 5 weeks of radiotherapy, and I have remained in England ever since then, where I have undergone intensive medical care and treatment. In the course of receiving my treatment, and only 1 week after completing the 8-month course of treatment in my extremely aggressive chemotherapy, during which time I was erroneously put into a near-fatal coma, on October 2, 2015, I was invited by the UK National Crime Agency to the Charing Cross Police Station, London, where I was questioned for several hours and subsequently released on police bail. Prior to that time, the officers of the NCA had invaded my personal residence and conducted a search, carting away with them several documents and other valuable items. Since then, I have consistently and severally been invited for interviews by the NCA, many of which have been serially adjourned or postponed to future dates due to no fault of mine. The former minister further alleged that almost contemporaneously with the raid on a residence by officers of the NCA, the officials of the EFCC also broke into and raided a private residence in Abuja and carted away several documents and many items of value. All this was done in my absence and without any prior invitation or notice to that effect, she alleged. She said she had either read in the media or been informed by close associates and relatives about several forfeiture orders said to have been made in respect of certain funds and property in some charges or other civil proceedings, all of which were usually ascribed and allegedly said to belong to her in the media. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. Continuing, she said, I have till date never been served with any court processes in respect of all the aforementioned charges or forfeiture proceedings in Nigeria to enable me respond or defend myself, she said. Alison Madueke alleged that the EFCC, which had been filing the said charges or forfeiture proceedings, knew very well she resides in the UK and had indeed on an occasion in the past actually served a particular document on her through the NCA. She said since residing in the UK, she had been living openly and had never made any attempt to conceal her identity, location, and/or home address from any persons or authorities, whether abroad or in Nigeria. The NCA is fully aware of my location in the UK, she added. She therefore prayed the court to vacate the order of bench warrant against her and strike out her name from the charge in the interest of justice. The court has yet to fix a date for hearing. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.